In the beginning, there was chaos. Humanity lived in ignorance, in fear, and in cold darkness. The gods, seated comfortably on Olympus, kept knowledge locked away, particularly fire, a symbol of power, transformation, and progress. It wasn't just literal fire. It was the fire of thought, of creation, of change. And then came Prometheus, a titan, not quite God, not quite mortal. Prometheus saw humanity's potential and couldn't bear their suffering. So, against the command of Zeus, he stole fire from the heavens and delivered it to mankind. That one act changed the fate of human beings forever. With fire came warmth, light, invention, civilization itself. We learned to cook, forge metal, build cities, and question everything around us. Prometheus didn't just give us fire. He gave us rebellion. He gave us defiance. He gave us the first example of what it means to challenge the status quo in the name of something greater. And what was his reward? Eternal punishment. Chained to a rock, with an eagle sent every day to feast on his liver, only for it to grow back again the next. An unending loop of torment. Why? Because he dared to go against the system. Because he gave power to those who were supposed to remain powerless. Now ask yourself, how often does the same thing happen in our modern world? Why the world fears disruptors' history is littered with Promethean figures, those who challenged the norm and paid the price. Galileo was imprisoned for suggesting the Earth revolved around the sun. Nelson Mandela was labeled a terrorist before he became a global symbol of peace. Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to move from her seat. Steve Jobs was ousted from the company he built. Socrates was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth by teaching them to think. There's a strange paradox in society. We say we admire originality, courage, and truth, but we often punish the people who actually embody those things. Why? Because true disruptors unsettle comfort zones. They challenge power structures. They shake the foundations of long-held beliefs. When you challenge the norm, you shine a light on what's broken, and that makes people uncomfortable. It's not that the world truly hates these people. It fears what they represent. Because every Prometheus reminds us that we're all capable of more, and that kind of mirror can be terrifying. Modern-day fire stealers. Think about today's digital revolutionaries. The ones creating AI tools that replace jobs. The ones building decentralized finance systems that threaten banks. The whistleblowers revealing corruption. Or the content creators redefining entertainment without Hollywood. They're the modern Prometheuses. And just like the Titan, they're often met with hostility. You've seen this story unfold. A young coder creates an app that threatens a billion-dollar industry. Suddenly, lawsuits rain down. Media outlets question their ethics. Their reputation is destroyed. The same people who praised innovation now scream for tradition. Or maybe it's more personal. Maybe it's you. You try to leave a job that's killing your spirit to start something new, and suddenly your family says you're crazy. Your friends stop supporting you. The world tries to chain you to the same rock you're trying to escape. This isn't coincidence. It's pattern. The moment you decide to rise above the noise, you'll find resistance. Because fire, true transformative fire, always threatens those who benefit from the cold. The chains that hold us back. But there's another layer to this myth, one that hits deeper. What if the rock Prometheus is chained to isn't just society? What if it's our own fear? Most of us are taught from a young age to obey, follow, and fit in. Schools reward memorization over imagination. Workplaces value compliance over creativity. Social media punishes authenticity if it doesn't conform to trends. We're trained to play safe, to stay in the cold. And then someone like you dares to question the script. Suddenly, you're torn between two worlds. One voice says, play small, stay safe, don't stand out. The other says, take the risk, break the rules, light the fire. This inner war is exactly what Prometheus symbolizes. He's not just a hero, he's a reflection of our struggle to live boldly, to stand for something, to endure the consequences of our own courage. Let's not sugarcoat it. Breaking norms will cost you. You may lose friends, you may lose security, You may feel isolated, misunderstood, even punished. Just like Prometheus, your liver might get eaten daily, not by an eagle, but by rejection, fear, and self-doubt. But here's the truth no one tells you. That pain is proof. Proof that you're alive, that you're changing, that you're doing something worth remembering. There's no real growth without discomfort, no transformation without fire. The very pain you feel in breaking free is the fire refining you. So, the real question is, are you willing to endure it? Becoming Prometheus in a cold world. What would it look like for you to steal fire today? Maybe it means creating art that questions everything. Maybe it's starting a business no one believes in. Maybe it's walking away from a toxic relationship. Maybe it's simply choosing to be fully, unapologetically yourself in a world that keeps telling you to shrink. You might not be chained to a rock, but if you feel stuck, tired, and unseen, you're probably living in the cold. And deep down, you know you were meant to burn brighter than that. Start small, start anywhere. Speak a truth, take a stand, light one match. Because once you do, you give others permission to light theirs too. And when enough of us do it, the cold doesn't stand a chance. What the world really wants, but doesn't know it yet. Here's the final twist. Even though the world resists change, it eventually embraces it. The same people who reject innovators today will praise them tomorrow. Because deep down, we want the fire. We need the ones who break the mold. If you endure, if you survive the backlash, if you refuse to put your fire out, the same society that cursed you will build statues in your honor. They'll teach your story to children. They'll call you a visionary. But you have to survive first. You have to keep the fire burning when it's not popular, when it's painful. Final thought. Will you burn or freeze? You are standing at the edge of the cliff, with fire in one hand and chains in the other. You can return to comfort, safety, and silence. Or you can risk it all, break the chains, and set the world ablaze with your truth. Prometheus stole fire to give humanity a chance. Now it's your turn. Will you light the way, or will you let fear keep you in the dark? The world is waiting.